Hello there and welcome to session number 12 of MLM101 Mentoring, Enrolling Your Prospect. This is Sandi Burgess. Now let's get started. We've been discussing and introducing you to the 7 skills for success. We've discussed finding people, inviting people, presenting, and following up. Now, number 5 is enrolling your prospect. Helping your new and promoting events will be the final 2 of the 7 skills. Let's talk about enrolling. First, you've got to sort and sift through your contacts and your prospects. There are preferred customers. There are people that want to just be a preferred customer, and that's great. There are part-time distributors that retail quite a bit of product, but pretty much recruit by accident, and very few people they recruit. Business builders actually understand it. They have the vision, the lifestyle is their goal, and they are your business builders where you spend the most time with. And there's a place for everyone in this business. So I embrace everyone, no matter where they want to be sorted and sifted through. Take on an assumptive attitude when you begin to enroll your prospect. They are going to say, yes, that's just an important thing. They're going to love this. They will want to do this with me. They are going to sign up on the spot. They are enrolling with the top pack. And you've got to borrow belief in the beginning until you have that belief in the opportunity, product, and yourself. Because the more belief you have in what you're doing, the easier it is to take on this assumptive attitude. So you may need to utilize your sponsor in the very beginning for that. Become magnetic, very key term used in network marketing. Magnetism brings people to you. You have a confidence about you. Your body language and posture are awesome. You have that winning attitude. You smile and there's a happiness about you. And then, of course, go for no, as we discussed in a prior session, and read that book, Go for No, so that you are ready to win. They must decide. They've got to decide that this business is for them. Don't talk them into getting involved. They must decide, else they will never do anything, no matter how much you force them to do it. Move them from exposure to exposure and condense the exposures. Don't space your exposures too far apart because they will lose interest. Keep them interested and wanting more information. The next step for you, there again, they must decide. And after the exposure, after exposures and the step by steps, you will know when they're ready. You have done your part to getting them involved if you have given them the education they need. Education are exposures. Exposures have educated them on the product and on the business. And they have an understanding of what you're doing and why you do it, and can see themselves doing it too. They must say internally or out loud, I can do this. This is important. Always connect them with that tool, a hotline, the replicated website and the team website, brochure, sample, call, meeting, and connecting is key here, you guys. They've got to be able to say they can do this. If you are answering all their questions, becoming a genius at every ins and out of the product or the compensation plan, they will think they can never know all of that. So don't get in your way. Utilize and connect with a tool. Say, let's get you involved. And close like a clerk. If you think back to your last visit to a department store, if you take up a shirt or a blouse or something to check out, you don't stare at the clerk and hope they ask, and they hope you ask them to purchase this. I mean, it's not going to happen. They will close like a clerk. They'll say, will that be on your Nordstrom credit card? They do a close right there. So you need to close like that. Which credit card will you be using? What name for your website? How do you see yourself starting? Who are your top 10 people? What's it going to take to get you involved? These are just great questions, and we constantly tell you to ask lots of questions to get them to give you answers so that you know where to direct them. And always say the next step is for you. What is the next step? Could be a call, a webinar, website meeting, or a 3-way call. Some closing questions when they're right there ready, and you can tell they're ready. How much would you like to earn? get that figure? Maybe it's a $500 extra a month. How many hours a week could you commit? And they give you 5 hours. How many months would you work those hours? 6 months. Okay. If I could show you how to develop an income of $500 per month working, what'd they say? 5 hours a week over the course of 6 months, would you be ready to get started? Now, if they're astronomically out of proportion, and we talked about the SMART goals, and they say that they want to make $5,000 a month, they're committed to working 3 hours a week, and given it 6 months, that's not going to happen. Okay, so then you'll know how to gear that. So you'll say, well, we need to be realistic here. If you want to earn this much money, then you need to at least put this much time in a week and this many months. I always say give it 4 years to see the optimum results of the opportunity. But these are great zeroing in closing questions. And then enroll them immediately, okay? Don't hope they will enroll. Well, here's my website. You can go click on enroll. It's not going to happen. You do it with them, folks. Don't hope they set up their website. Do it with them. Help them put their picture in there and customize them. Show them what to look for and kick the tires. We do have trainings at burgessbiz.com that helps the new associate, new distributor get involved and familiar with their back office. Kind of like an open house when you're going from junior high to high school and you need to know where your locker is. That's what that particular training is about. But enroll them immediately. Then welcome with a 3-way call to your sponsor. Book your game plan interview. We'll talk about that later. That's within 48 hours of when you involve them, and book their business launch for the following week. You need to get them into action. You need to get them over the line. You need to get them making money. Their first 2 weeks are very critical. Watch for a training on that. You will know when they are ready to be involved. Okay? You can tell. They are receptive to your questions. They are asking you questions in return. They want more information. They have listened to the calls. They have explored your website. They've sampled the product and love it. Simply ask them to get involved. Okay? Let's get involved. Use one or more of these questions. Which credit card will you be using? What name for your website? How do you see yourself starting? Who are your top 10 people? What's it going to take to get involved? Get you involved. And then the next step always is a welcome call to your sponsor, another exposure if they haven't made that decision yet. And if they have enrolled, then training, guys. Just get them involved and welcome them to the team. Understand, some people will get involved right off the bat. Others will take a lot of exposures, and that's okay. If you are having difficulty enrolling your prospect, engage your sponsor to help you do it. You say, okay, I've done this, this, and this. They've sampled it. They've been asking questions. They've been on calls. I still can't get them to commit. Then you need your sponsor's expertise to help you do that. Your action assignment, educate your prospects. Share your story as often as possible. Use the tools to parade that business. Engage your sponsor when you need help. Start enrolling new prospects, and practice makes perfect. Like I said, you always start out bad in this business, but the more you do it, you get better, and then you become brilliant. And that's important to practice. Okay, last thoughts from John Quincy Adams. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. That's your goal, is to inspire others to take action. Thank you for listening. Go to the next session.